just chat. I don't know. What is happening, everybody? Oh my gosh, y'all freaking out? Facebook is down. Look, I am getting messages and people are freaking out, and it's blowing my mind because I thought up until this point that I've done such a great job of weaning people off of relying on these social media networks to build and control your business. And so when something like this happens, it's interesting that people don't know how to continue on and don't know how to continue with life almost because of a social media platform. you know and it's kind of sad, in my opinion. Who thinks it's sad? Let me know in the chat box if you think this is sad. But also, it tells a lot about people as a whole these days. It tells me a lot about real estate agents. It tells me a lot about how people can't survive without the validation of other people, whether it be liking a post, sharing it, commenting on it. How low and small people can feel without that validation happening through a social media network. But I'm not gonna get so deep right now in that. The first thing I want to talk about is owning your own property, owning your own intellectual property. Because one thing that this is teaching a lot of people are realizing what they just did not have ownership of. Almost to where their doors have gone completely shut because they don't own their own website, they don't own their own domain, they don't own their own email address. They're totally reliant on someone else's social media platform to live, to conduct business. One thing that I tell a lot of people is about getting your own email address at your own domain. Taking people from your Facebook to your own personal mailing list. That's something that I talk about in Power Unit. One thing that any Power Unit member can tell you is that I never talk about how to generate leads on Facebook. I never talk about those cold leads like that. I break up leads into three different categories: A, B, and C leads. Right? A leads are the ones that we want. B leads are the ones that we can tolerate and convert over to A leads. But C leads, we don't want. We don't think that they're the best use of our time. We don't really work those. And those leads that come from these places like that, they're just C leads versus an A lead where it's referred with value. They are willing and able to follow your process, right? So they're coming in the door ready to follow your process. They're not sitting there giving you wrong numbers, wrong email addresses, tire kickers just because they saw a picture. It starts to form a different business around it, right? Like a lot of I'm not very active on Facebook. I don't really post a lot on Facebook. A lot of the things that people get from me are either here, but mostly through my mailing list. Right? People get emails from me all the time. And guess what? I own my mailing list. It's not controlled by anything or anybody else. I have the names, email addresses, some phone numbers, some mailing addresses. That's my intellectual property now. I own that. I want you to think about in your business, because this can teach us a big lesson. What do you truly own in your business? Can you survive Did you learn those skills when you came into real estate on how to call or how to door knock, how to go and attend a networking event, how to take someone out to coffee? Did you learn those skills, or were you that one that was looking for that secret sauce that everybody tries to sell, of generating you hundreds of leads through a Facebook ad? Not saying that stuff doesn't work, but you can't put all of your eggs in that basket. I mean, every time we turn around, there's something else getting hacked. There's something else, going down, shutting down, selling to somebody else. I mean, even like when I stopped using Facebook, when I stopped really doing that heavy Facebook stuff, was when they kept changing the freaking algorithm, and it seemed like it was getting harder and harder and harder. And then I saw that it became about money, to where unless I was putting money behind a post on my business page, people weren't really seeing it. Unless I was converting my page over from a personal business page to a business page, it was just all these different things, and at that point, I start to lose confidence in something, because I realize that in their eyes, I'm just a little guy, because I'm not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars running an ad, or boosting a post. And I don't even teach that. I don't preach it. I don't teach it. None of that stuff. Hear what I do on YouTube. I upload the videos or I go live. I mean, and it's there. It's there. Y'all are sitting here with me right now. Let me hop in this chat box right quick. See what you're up to. Yeah, so this is a big deal, in a sense of it shows me, and it's probably showing you where a lot of focus lies with people. Where a lot of people's self-worth lies, right, in the number of likes or follows, or how many people have viewed my story, who viewed my story, how many people shared this, how many people commented on this, how many friends do I have today, do I have any new friend requests, who unfollowed me. Like, that's controlling. Not only is it controlling, it's a program. It's programming you. It's programming you to rely on that kind of stuff. It's programming you to find your self-worth in a number. That's what's really happening. People don't like to talk about that because it's the ugly truth. You try to talk about that, they think, or they say that you're going crazy. But truly, that's what's happening. I saw a couple of articles that popped up that said, people were going into like immediate depression today over this. And most of all, it's sad. It's sad. And I can try to minimize it in my head and say, oh, it's just a social media network. But if that kind of stuff is happening, and I believe it is, there's a bigger issue here that needs to be addressed. The politicians and, politics and all that kind of stuff, the banks and these other networks, they can make it about money. Oh, it's because of money, this and that, or, oh, it's because of privacy and this and that, like whatever they want to say politically. But what is it doing to people? What is it doing to you? Psychologically. That's the bigger thing that needs to be talked about, because people are freaking out right now. People are freaking out and they don't know how to go on through their day. People don't know how to have a face-to-face or over-the-phone conversation, because the program has taken over, and all you're programmed to do now is chat through a chat box or through a messenger or through a comment, through a like. And this is real, man. This is so real. I'm gonna end up getting censored on this. Somebody, Jason said, Facebook police coming for me. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Drop me a like if I've said something that hit, because this is real. Here's what I want to teach you today. Own your own shit. Okay? Own your own shit. It's not impossible to conduct a business, to conduct a real estate business outside of Facebook. It's not impossible. Like I said, in my coaching, I don't have any lessons over Facebook. We don't talk about Facebook on any call. We don't talk about Instagram on any call. None of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, I believe there's more power in this, in just picking up this phone, calling, meeting people. At least I know at the end of the day that I've made 100 calls, I've talked to 30 people, I've set up 4 appointments. I know that number. But what is this false thing that a post of a house that when I put a post out there, it had 50 people like it? Oh snap, the calls they're about to start rolling in, and what? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Oh, well, maybe I should boost this post. How much should I spend? Oh, $50 today. How much tomorrow? Next thing you know, gosh, I spent $500 on these boosted posts and nothing happened. Or someone actually called me and I didn't know what to say, so I didn't answer the call. You're just back at square one. You're back at zero. You have to own your own stuff. Let me know in the database, how big is your database? I mean, let me know in the chat box. Do you even have a database? How big is it? How many people in it? Or are you just relying on a friends list? Are you just relying on a follower count? I want this to be a big lesson. This needs to be a big lesson for everybody. And I talk about this all the time, just like relying on other people, relying on somebody to give you the handout, relying on this, relying on that. I didn't think I was going to have to talk about relying on a social media platform, but here we are. Here we are. And a lot of people didn't think like this has gotten so integrated in just our normal lives that, like I said, this has become life for some people, to where they don't feel like they're worth much after this shutdown, or worth much not being able to get on the Facebook. Let this shift your focus. I released a podcast episode today around finding your true purpose. And I talked about a few things in that episode where I'm going into unlocking, finding your true purpose, the things you enjoy, things like that. I would encourage a lot of you to go listen to it, or maybe pass it on to somebody else, because some people don't know their purpose right now. Their purpose was attached to a follower count or a number of likes, uploading a picture. That was their purpose. I understand the business side of it. I 100% understand the business side of it. And I want people to continue to do their businesses. Those aren't the people that I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people who have truly put their whole self-worth on the hands of someone's social media network, a company that's become political, that is extremely censored, okay, that chooses who gets to see what. It's crazy, isn't it? Choosing who gets to see what, choosing where your voice is sent, choosing who sees you. making that choice for you, making that choice for you to see certain things to influence your actions, making that choice for you to see certain things to determine how you're going to feel that day. That's some mad control right there. That's some real ugly, disgusting control. How many times have you been talking to somebody and y'all are talking about something? Maybe it's a store or something random, and then you get on there, and next thing you know, you're seeing ads for that. Okay. Restaurant pictures, food, certain things influencing what you eat, influencing how you think, influencing what you buy. Y'all, they were wrapped around so tight onto people that it's scary. It's so scary. What's going on over here? I'm just looking at these. I'm looking at these comments. But yeah, y'all, this is scary. How are y'all feeling? Is everybody okay who's on here right now? Look, I'm talking like it's a natural disaster or something. But is everybody okay? Let me know. Let me know how you're doing. I'm totally fine without it. Look at that. Me too. I'm fine without it as well. Look, I'll tell you, I love it that most of y'all are on here with me now. But no, yeah, it's totally fine without it. You know, and my prayer is that there's something bigger to take note of in all of this. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that people will maybe consider seeing things a little differently. Consider taking a look at themselves and and thinking, for themselves. Thinking for themselves. It's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here, chat with y'all a little bit. How's everybody doing? Anybody have any questions about anything? Anything I can help you with right quick? Somebody put in the chat box, who unfollowed me? Yeah, said that. Um, right. It's such a joke. I know I'm gonna get censored on this video. Um, it is what it is, but it's all a big game, It's all a big game, and no matter what you think, you're not in control of the game. You're not in control of the player. You may be in control in the physical sense, but once you accept those terms and conditions, once you make it a habit of logging in every 15 minutes, you're not really in control like you think you are. You know, when this stuff gets deep, and I've looked in deep to it, because obviously I have the business manager side of things. I'm able to see stuff, and I'm not even that advanced in it. And just the amount of information that they have, it's scary. But what do we do about it? What do we do about it? Because now, with it being down, nobody wants it down. Everybody wants it back. But then when it's up, I don't want I don't want them to have my information. You think by making your profile private, it's really doing something? No, it's really not doing it how you think it's doing it. Grow the beard. Grow the beard. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's about to turn into November. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you got to own your stuff. You got to own your stuff. Do not let somebody's $1 billion company control you like this. Okay? Don't let it. And I want this to be an eye opener for some of you, especially on the business side. Get out there and talk to people. Talk to people more. Talk to people. Dial a phone number. Go meet somebody. Stop hiding behind the screen. Stop hiding behind a post, a status, a picture. I do something like me on here right now. This is bold. I can probably count on one hand how many people I know who would do something like this. Right? But let somebody get behind a keyboard. Woo! Woo! Those are the people who are freaking out right now. And if it's you, it is what it is. But those are people who are freaking out right now because they don't know how to live life. They hopefully people can see how out of control they've been of their own lives. Hopefully this shows you. You can see this. There are some people out there who can't make decisions now because they were used to this social media platform telling them what decision to make. Oh, I saw such and such checked in there, so I'm going to go there. Oh, this I just saw this ad for this dish or for this restaurant, so I'm going to eat there. Oh, I was just talking to my friend about buying some jeans. Whoa, look at this. It's showing me jeans. Now I'm going to buy these. Influencing every single decision that you make, and you don't realize that it's even happening. That's just how powerful it is. That's just how powerful it is. And one can sit there and say, no, it's not happening to me. Oh, trust me, I make my own decisions. But do you really? Do you really? Or is that illusion that you're telling yourself? It's going to be interesting to see how long this lasts. We don't know if it's going to be for minutes. What? Oh, okay. We don't know if it's going to be for minutes. Well, obviously it's not minutes. Hours, days, months. They're probably not going to let it go that long. But how much damage is it going to cause? Is a big question. Will the government step in? You know, they wanted their hand in it when it came to privacy and this and that and controlling, censoring, all that kind of stuff. Will they step in and bail this out? It's something to think about because this is big. This is big. What's up, David? Steve asking about self-reflecting, how I keep track of my business. Yes, so two different things. Obviously, I do a lot on the personal side, self-reflection, purpose, manifesting, dealing with the subconscious mind a lot and making sure I'm only feeding and projecting the right energies, things like that. But on the business side, it's important to do that every 90 days. So tracking everything, every single metric you can think about, down to, I'll tell you, like even on my desk, checklist here, like tracking every single metric and then reviewing your growth, reviewing what worked, what didn't work, all that kind of stuff every 90 days. All right. Oh yeah, that's a big one, losing pictures. All right. So let me yeah, y'all. So people are saying that it's back online. Go get your stuff. Go get your stuff off of there. Get your pictures, get your videos, get all that off of there. You don't got to take it down, but make sure that you save it somewhere. Own your stuff. Would y'all believe it? I have an external hard drive, a bunch of stuff on it. Trust me, I have a full filing cabinet. Still, even though I have stuff electronic, have a full filing cabinet with a paper version of everything. You know, some way I'll be protected, some kind of way. But man, I just can't. You know, I own my domain. I own my email address. I own my mailing list. I own my website. I can go to one of them websites and build it on there, and I own all that and my files. Get your shit. Get your stuff. All right. I enjoyed y'all today. I will holler at y'all soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. They're probably going to take this video down. They definitely not going to let me monetize it. It's all good. But I enjoyed y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Go listen to my podcast. New episode today if you haven't listened to it yet. Power Unit Success Cast. Check it out. We'll talk soon.